Today we're in the middle of absolute nowhere, Oregon, testing out this 24mm f1.8 prime by Viltrox. It's only 500 bucks. And so in this video, we're testing out, is this lens worth it? Let's get into it. Now, when it comes to having fast 24mm primes for your Sony cameras, you have a few options. You have the Sony G Master 24mm f1.8, which comes in at $1,400. You have the Sigma 24mm f1.4 as well, coming in at $900. And then you have this guy, coming in at just $450. And over the past few days, just testing and using this lens, I have to say, totally blown away. I have lots of experience using the G Master lens from Sony, which again costs $1,400, this one $450. And overall, I have to say this lens is extremely comparable. The overall build quality is similar, minus the fact that this lens does not have an autofocus manual focus switch, so that has to be done in camera. Autofocus is very similar, although I will say the G Master has a very slight leg up, and even the image quality is very comparable, which of course is the most important part. Now, with that G Master and even the Sigma, you do get that f1.4 over the f1.8 with this lens. But honestly, on a full frame camera, I barely even shoot in f1.8, not to mention f1.4, because on a full frame camera, in my opinion, that is a very shallow depth of field. On this Viltrox 24mm, you get the de-clicked aperture ring. On the G Master, it's actually clicked, which is gonna be better for photographers, but this de-clicked aperture ring is gonna be better for videographers. Also, this is a focus by wire lens if you're gonna be using the manual focus ring, which is huge for videographers, and this might be the deal breaker for you. The G Master from Sony doesn't even have that. It has their electronic focusing, which is really unreliable and hard to manual focus with. So if you're a videographer, this lens kind of wins over the G Master, which is 3 times the price. So why shoot with a 24mm f1.8 in the first place? Why should you have this lens in your kit? Well, for me, it comes down to a few different things. First of which is being the size. I'm used to rocking my Sigma 24-270 f2.8 pretty much 90% of the time on my Sony a7S III, and this lens is probably half the weight, if not less. It's half the size, and it just felt really easy to grab and get some quick shots and vlog, and it was just great overall, and I really missed having a smaller lens like this on my camera. 24mm is just a great focal length for like daily vlogging, just capturing kind of whatever you need to capture. It's not too tight, it's not too wide, and then you also have that f1.8 for shooting in lower light situations or getting some nice bokeh, some nice background blur. The low light capabilities of this lens definitely shined when I was shooting some twilight footage, getting fire going. The sun had gone down, it was blue hour as they call it, and the footage just looks really clean, really nice. You can shoot some portraits at 24mm. Now, I'm not really a portrait photographer, however, I do enjoy doing it just kind of for fun. As you can see by these photos, the lens was just super sharp, good focal length with a 24mm, nice and wide, while I was also able to achieve some nice bokeh, some nice background blur. Now, my personal favorite use for this 24mm f1.8 is shooting videos just like this. A talking head video, whether it's a YouTube video, it's a client video. I'll drop a test clip of what a talking head video like this one looks like, but using this lens. Right now, what you're seeing is on the 24-70 by Sigma, the lens I mentioned earlier. But I'll show you what this talking head would look like at f1.8. Obviously can't be using this lens right now because I'm holding it. Overall, the 24mm f1.8 range, just in general, not really this lens specifically, it's just an awesome, very usable range. I mean, if this was my only lens, I could make it work. So do I think upgrading and spending 3 times the amount of money on the Sony G Master lens is worth it? Well, by now I think you know my answer, and that is definitely not. I don't think I would spend 3 times the amount on that lens. I've used both, like I said, and this lens is so similar. It's actually amazing what Viltrox has been able to offer us for such an affordable price tag. For me, this would be a no-brainer to have in my kit. Super useful in a ton of scenarios, low light, even if you wanted to shoot some astro photography. Didn't do that at all in this video or even talk about it. It's not really what I specialize in, but this is an awesome lens for astro photography. There's just so many uses for a 24mm, 1.8 or even 1.4, and at 450 bucks, this is kind of hard to beat. Before we wrap up this video, I want to talk about today's sponsor, me. If you don't know already, I have a transformational business program for creators called the Creators University. And what I do outside of YouTube and making tech reviews and tutorials and talking about gear and this and that is I run a video production company. And I also help creators just like you grow and scale and build a thriving video production company. I've taken everything I know about marketing and selling to allow my business to book $20,000 plus clients consistently, and I'm offering it to you. No, I'm not here to just sell you on the program right now. I'm actually here to give you a free training, which is linked right down below, where I walk you through step by step how myself and countless other creators have been able to book 10K, 20K plus clients and go full-time, doing what they're great at and what they love. The training's free, it's value-packed. It's not like one of those that tries to sell you something the entire time. And at the end, if you are motivated to jump in the program and learn more and really scale your business to the next level, you can book a call with myself and we'll get on a Zoom call one-on-one. I'll see if you're a good fit for the program and invite you to join. If not, no worries, and you're gonna get a ton of value from just the free training. All right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. Hopefully you go and pick up one of these lenses at some point, because seriously, it's a really fun lens, 450 bucks. Why not add it to your kit? And I'll see you in the next one.